welcome. Opinions mostly. We got our podcast on today with the one and only Joe Spallerich.
Home, baby. We got the jersey on, Triple Crown Award winner last year.
It's nice to see you own another jersey except for Aaron Donald. That's fantastic. I'm proud of you.
You're the greatest, one of the top 3 greatest players of all time. Thank you for the acknowledgement.
Joe's in Denver right now. I'm actually in Montana. I'm on vacation right now, but I set aside time to be with you guys here today. So,
Montana.
The Shark. It's fantastic. Look at it. We're in my in-laws' house, and it's a moose-themed room. It's amazing. And this is mine and Celine's room. It's amazing. Everything here is just nature. Anyways, all right, let's hop right into it, guys. Speaking of nature, how about those Bengals? What in the world is going on, Joe?
I got two things. Mr. Joey Burrow had his appendix removed correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Must have quarterbacks to win games, right? I mean, we're talking about the lowly Cowboys and the lowly Pittsburgh Steelers. Clearly, if you want to be a star quarterback, you have to have an appendix. A second point.
Did you steal that from someone? Because that's hilarious.
I might have. I don't know. Second thing I want to point out, Joey Burrow did not play in the preseason. There was a statistic that was put out of quarterbacks that played in the preseason and how they did in week 1. Every single quarterback that did not play in the preseason, including my boy Matthew Stafford, lost week 1. And
Aaron Rodgers, yeah,
did not play as well. And then the quarterbacks that got some time in preseason games, they actually won their game.
But week 2 is week 2 he still lost.
I agree. No, I just wanted to point that out real quick. And then my last point is I think their offensive line, the cohesion is trying to get there. And
they are terrible. They made all these, they're supposed to be picking that whole offensive line up, and they haven't done shit to it.
I mean, what did they do in the offseason, Nick? They signed offensive linemen. What was their biggest weakness last season? What was the reason Aaron Donald got 9 sacks in the Super Bowl? They had a terrible offensive line.
It's like, I'm trying to be a better man and drink less, but that just doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know.
Oh, I only drink straight from the bottle. Anyways, yeah, that's the whole problem with the Bengals.
I think eventually they'll get it together. I mean,
the offensive line is just terrible, and I mean, he got sacked it feels like 11 times last week by the Cowboys defense. The only good thing the Cowboys got going for him, except for this new guy that's actually played before for them, Cooper Rush. How are we feeling about him?
It's funny. So, Mr. Jerry Jones likes to talk about, he's been an assistant for 5 years and everything, doing his thing. I think Micah Parsons,
yeah.
I've heard some people say Micah, so I'm still kind of in between. Let's wait. Yeah, so.
I mean, Shamika, I guess, yeah.
Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs holding down the defense. I think Cooper Rush was just completely outplayed himself. And now we got Jerry Jones talking about, I would like to have a quarterback controversy, between Cooper Rush and Dak. You saw what happened between Dak and Tony Romo, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's Jerry Jones. That's what Jerry Jones does, and he does it for the money. It's like stirring up controversy.
Didn't you have a whole rant about
paper
betting on them, though?
Huh? Oh. Oh, you want to put me back on that? Okay. So, yes, I loved the Bengals last year. I believed in the Bengals. I thought the Bengals were going to win it all. Even after they lost.
At that point.
Even after they lost, I was like, all right. The Bengals are going to be dangerous. I came into this year loving Joe Burrow, smoking cigars, his chains, just the coolest cat in the world. I want to go hang out with that guy. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put all my money on him this year because they went so far last year and they looked great doing it. Physically, outside, in-game and outside game. Anyways, what happened? Week 1, $1,000 parlay. You keep bringing it up. I lost because they missed a field goal. Week 2, I bet another $100 on them, and out of a 4-leg parlay, I could have hit $400. And the only team that screwed me, the Bengals.
So Nick, what are you saying is going forward?
The moral of the story, going forward, never bet on the Bengals because they're a bunch of losers. At least
the first part of the season, right? Maybe the later we'll see, right?
I guess we'll find out. I don't know. I'm afraid to find out because if I wait and I stop betting on them, they're gonna win. Do I just ride this thing out? Like, what do you guys think? I mean, does anyone have an opinion on this? Should I keep betting on the Bengals every week? Are you going to give me money so I can bet on the Bengals? I don't know.
Chat,
All right.
contribute
Yeah.
to us, chat. Let us know
Contribute.
that.
Contribute. Speaking of that, contributing. How about this Jimmy G guy?
The Niners complete.
I never heard of him. Who's a Jimmy G? I don't
Yeah,
even
who
like.
is this guy? Who the
I don't
fuck
even,
is
he
guy?
came out of nowhere, just this brand new cat.
a brand new backup out of nowhere? I mean, who is
Are
this
you
guy
kidding me?
no one's talking about? I mean,
He's unheard of. I mean,
wow, he was on the trading block and no one heard. What's going on? Let me tell
are
you
we
something.
stoked about this or what? Yeah, go ahead and lay it in.
Well, obviously, I'm not stoked because he's in my fucking division. So,
I know, and he always beats the Packers like last year.
and he always beats the Rams. Somehow, Kyle Shanahan has the Rams number. Well, here's the thing with Jimmy G stepping in, this changes the complete outlook for the season for the 49ers. The 49ers went from borderline wild card to legitimate AFC contenders. No questions asked. Assuming health, of course, yada yada yada. We're playing the health game here. The Rams are a little bit weaker this year than they were last year, and the 49ers are a little bit, I wouldn't say they're weaker or stronger, but they stayed put, especially with Jimmy G. And you know what, Nick? What I appreciated the most was seeing the appreciation of Jimmy G on the field, and when they scored the touchdown, how the entire offense just grasped him. The offense.
Yeah.
I mean, all the shows I've watched are like these offensive players. They're only there for a limited time. They don't want to go through quote unquote certain development years with a rookie quarterback that could someday be that guy. They want to win now. They want to capitalize on their talent, their peak, and their physicality as a football body,
Yeah, well, they're still got it, yeah.
Yeah, and Jimmy G gives the 49ers the best chance to do that. And right now,
I like it.
Right now, Jimmy G, it opens them up to essentially beat the Rams for the NFC West.
I still don't understand how Jimmy G did so good last year and like just killed it for him. And even the year before, like he was like solid quarterback. And then Trey Lance just comes along and just like replace okay, first of all, what is their organization thinking? And second of all, what are the actual fans thinking? I mean, those bang bang Niner gang morons, no offense. What do you guys actually think about all this? Like,
I'll give you
it drives me nuts.
I'll give you a couple of things here. Number one, a lot of people just hate how quote unquote limited Jimmy G is in terms of running or the long ball, stuff like that. But if you look at Jimmy G, all he does is win, win, win. If I'm quoting T-Pain.
Mm-hmm. He's a game manager. He's a game manager.
He's a winning game manager.
Yeah, winning.
And from the Niner fans I've talked to, what Kyle Shanahan allegedly is seeing is Trey Lance's ability to improvise plays, run outside the pocket, being like
you know what that all is though? That's all like stems from like Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray in the league.
Kyler Murray, yes.
They're trying to change the whole quarterback position into this whole new thing where he's like Taysom Hill running down the field, catching balls, and then also, checking sidearms. Like
Kyle Shanahan is looking for a dual threat quarterback, and that's what he wants. He wants a Lamar Jackson-esque, a Kyler Murray-esque quarterback. You're absolutely right. You hit the nail on the head, and that's why they went for Trey Lance. And guess what? What got Trey Lance hurt? Being a mobile quarterback.
That's exactly it. Yeah. So, speaking of Taysom Hill, actually, the Saints, are we going to stop saying they're contenders now? How do we feel?
Let me think about that real quick.
Yeah. Don't think too hard. You might hurt your brain.
Yes, Jameis Winston is still that guy, Mr. 30-30.
Yeah.
He proved it for sure. If anything, that interaction between Mike Evans and what's his name, brother? Come on.
Thompson? No,
the defensive back.
Yeah, I know. Not Michael Thompson. I'm on vacation.
No, you're good.
His name starts with an L. We'll figure it out later.
Lattimore.
Yeah, there you go.
Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Mr. History between these two players, which is why Mike Evans got the suspension, because Mike Evans or Marshawn Lattimore have both got suspended, or not suspended. They both got ejected from respective games for fights that they either initiated or participated in between each other. And that's why Mike Evans is getting suspended for this game, because of the history. A lot of people don't believe Mike Evans should be suspended. In theory, if this was their first run-in, sure, he probably should have just been fine. But there's a history, and I'm sure there's people that are going to ask questions why. But if you look at the history, that's why.
It's because he has tattoos.
Maybe he has a chain that can be ripped off. You know,
He's got
uh,
tattoos.
same type of world-class defense. Jameis Winston, he should have been fired up from that fight. He should. You know what? That's the difference between the GOAT with Tom Brady and Jameis Winston, Mr. 30 for 30. Mr. 30 for 30 still throws interceptions. I saw a play in the game where he threw one guy, and there's 3 people in coverage. Guess what happened, Nick? You can
Let me guess.
Sorry.
Wait. They caught it and they ran it for touchdown. Oh wait, no.
Not quite. They did catch it.
The defense. Oh.
Defense, no questions asked. But I mean, if I'm looking into the Saints' future, no, Jameis Winston doesn't have the smarts. He has the tangibles. He's just not that guy to smart wise to make the right decisions.
See, I totally agree with you. I don't think the Saints are anything.
I've never been a Jameis Winston bandwagon fan, as let the record show.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I totally agree. I was never either. Not like I am with Tua Tagovailoa. Who was right, baby? Who was right? I just want to say I was right. Everyone else was wrong. I know Tua is dangerous. He's still going to be dangerous. This man is the future. He's the future. He's the future of football.
Hey, Nick, wasn't that your prediction last week?
I think it might have been. You know what? I think
upset the Ravens.
I think you guys should listen to me about these things that I say. I spit truths. Okay, like I'm Eminem right now. Bombing on a sweater already. All right. Anyways, yeah. So Tua Tagovailoa is the man. The Dolphins are dangerous, and I had people. They were down like so. What is it? What was the score? 20-0 or something?
21-7 or 21-0.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous.
I will give one thing that there was one bad read from, who else but Marcus Peters.
Yeah, it's pretty standard. Pretty standard though.
Gave him up. There's a reason fans gave him up.
We call that practical Peters. Anyways, yeah, Tua's the man. I love the Dolphins. Jalen Waddle with his penguin dance. Dude, they look fantastic. They really do look really good. And I think that people aren't giving them enough credit.
Offensive line is holding up too. The offensive line is holding up too.
Yeah, I ain't saying they're going like 17-0, but they're definitely going to be dangerous. They're definitely going to go far. They might even make the playoffs and get far in the playoffs.
I think there's one thing that shows is like offensive coaches win games.
Yes.
We have a questionable quarterback with Tua, with the injury history, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And now his offensive opportunities are exploding. I mean, it definitely helps when you got the cheetah getting added to your roster.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but also he didn't do much week 1, I don't think.
But it takes he scored. He scored at least one touchdown for
Okay, but he's not putting up Mahomes numbers.
Yeah. It takes a quarterback that can get the ball down the field and make a read, you know what I mean, to make a 50-yard bomb.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying with like the whole they played Lamar. Which quarterback won? Hello, do we not see a trend here? This is like worse than politics.
On that note, though, I think that game, one way or another, or finally showed Baltimore, give Lamar that money, baby.
Yeah.
Lamar single-handedly led that team back in to try and power win, but the defense was just not there for him.
So he literally had the lead, lost the lead because they got lazy, and then came back to try to win the lead again. That's like something he crafted all by himself, honestly. You can't do that. Yeah, you can't make that stuff up.
It's nonsense. How they can do against the Bills this week?
Huh? Against the Bills? Josh Allen's still the man. Here's what I think could happen, like potentially. If they don't get their running game going, the Bills, I think they're SOL. I think that'll be it. I think the Dolphins have the passing ability and the run ability. Yeah, exactly. Thumbs up. I know.
And it's a divisional game. It's a divisional game as well. It's something that like some people like to overlook is like Miami's been facing the Bills and Josh Allen for years. You don't think they have any, intel
Yeah.
on what they're
They-
going to be doing?
They know what's coming. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm just gonna say it. If a buffalo goes into the water, a bunch of dolphins are gonna kill him.
Ah, good one, my friend.
All right. Let's keep moving here. I hate to even bring this up, but you know how we got such a big Vikings fan following. Kirk Cousins,
Wait. We have Vikings fans on this podcast?
the primetime Kirk, the PT, like the cheap $1 cigarettes you smoke. Prime times. They burn real quick. I just got to say that. How do you feel about Kirk Cousins? I mean, let's go.
Well, the unnamed Vikings fan, he who must not be named. But we all know his name. I'm looking at a record right now. Kirk Cousins is 5-13 in prime time and 0-7 on Monday Night Football. I will say, though, it's not fully his fault. There's a touchdown pass that was missed. There was a couple passes that were over 22 yards that were missed, excuse me. And then, of course, when you go up by 2 touchdowns, you get into the pass-only mode and, shit happens. I mean, look at week 1 when the Rams were down big by the Bills. Matthew Stafford obviously throws a interception because everyone in the arena knows it's going to be a pass-only game,
Standard Stafford.
No, it's not standard Stafford.
I know. I'm joking.
You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth on that. All right. No. Well, we got the Vikings at the Lions this week. This is going to be a competitive game for sure. The Lions are very competitive this year.
So wait, I need to set the record straight real quick because the topic technically was Kirk Cousins, and I still think he's a great quarterback. I honestly do. I think he's coming on. His primetime games are still just trash. I don't know if he's ever going to shake that. I think that haunts him every night. Like he wakes up and he's like, primetime game. But
you know
he's
what, Nick?
a solid quarterback. Go ahead.
You know what, Nick?
What you think?
Remind me real quick. What time of the day do they play playoff games at on Saturday and Sundays?
Primetime, baby.
They don't play them at night, though, baby. They play them during the day. Yeah. So Kirk Cousins still got a 50% chance there at the minimum.
That's okay. Okay. I like it. That makes sense. Okay. That's very inspiring. I hate the Vikings, so
hey, real quick. Hey, Nick, so being a Packer fan, I mean,
I don't even like the Packers, dude. I'm a Montana Bison fan, dude, bro. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
The Montana Bisons.
So
as in the NFL,
as a Packer fan, being a Packer fan, which team are you religiously supposed to hate over history, and then what team do you hate the most in your division?
So history obviously tells us that we should hate the Bears.
Fair. The
Bears. Obviously, the Bears suck. But that's only because they've only sucked as long as I've lived, which I'm 30 years old, so that's a long time to suck.
And hold on, Nick.
Before that,
and then the last time they were relevant was 85, right? Or actually 06 when they were at the Super Bowl, Peyton Manning. Well, I'm just saying they were relevant during that time because they were in the Super Bowl.
That's my God. So were the Bengals. Like, what happened? Like, what are we talking here? Anyways, history tells us to hate the Bears. Okay. I've never really had that many problems with Bears fans. Honestly, like I know a couple of Bears fans and I know a couple of Vikings fans. You know who's worse? The Vikings fans. Oh my God. This whole thing and what do they do? The damn the horn and the claps and the skull chant. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I chew skull too. I chew it and I spit it out. It's trash. Absolute trash. I can't stand it. Anyways,
so it
screw the Vikings.
So I was going to say, it sounds like you hate the Vikings currently internally with a burning rage. But you hate the Bears if they get good.
If they get good. And like I said, I mean, I'm old, but I'm also young in the sense that I remember more of Aaron Rodgers playing and he's always owned the Bears. So, and my memory's not that great. I just...
And Nick, what have I said before? the ultimate troll move when Aaron Rodgers retires if he buys like a 10% stake in the Chicago Bears.
And he could.
You.
And he should, and he could. And
Maybe
we need
1%, or maybe a 1% thing or something. You know,
we need to write him a bunch of letters and make sure he does that because it's ridiculous.
you want to talk about lifetime. You want to talk about lifetime ownership. There you go, man.
That'd be so messed up. Okay, actually, on this topic, let's talk about the Packers. How do we feel about them pulling off this win?
Well, we're going to start with you, Mr. fucking cheesehead motherfucker.
I mean, we looked good. Did we look great? I wouldn't say we looked great. What we did was we ran. We ran and we ran. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. Everyone's going thunder and lightning, right? We have 2 great running backs. But then what do? Oh, we don't have a wide receiver. You don't need a wide receiver, dude, if you get a guy pounding a ball down your throat. And now, as you know, Sammy Watkins, we know about that whole thing. Which, once again, I'll go back to saying we always trade for old people. That's what we do. We support the old community. We support our elders. We respect our elders, and we hire them when they want to work. And that's what we do. And when they get injured and go on IR, we still pay them because we support our elders. Anyways, the Packers, I love it. I love our team, but I'm not in love with our team. I think, like I said, if we ran the ball more, we'd open up more passing opportunities. And our defense was like supposed to be really good this year, but everyone's just falling apart. And go ahead. You got some energy here. Let's go.
No, you're good. I'm going along with you. Yeah.
No, I know you are, but you know, lay it on me from an outsider perspective.
Going into that, so Bakhtiari.
Yeah.
Thank you. He's questionable for this week. I mean, let's just go right into it. I mean, how do you feel about Tampa against Tampa? This is America's game of the week. This is a road. Yeah, it's a road game. Mike Evans is out. Chris Godwin's out. Julio Jones is questionable.
All of our teams hurt too. So I mean, this is the battle of the wounded.
May the best quarterback win, right?
Yeah. May the best quarterback win, or may the person that doesn't get killed first win. You know, like it's like you're in war and everybody's wounded and they're still fighting. Who's gonna fall first? Like these are 2 beat up teams and 2 old quarterbacks. Like what do we got here?
I see. I mean, you made some good points. Obviously you got the dual-headed running monster. Obviously the issue.
Hey, actually, they're thunder and lightning. Just want to get that clear.
So you got thunder and thunder running in the back.
Thunder and lightning.
I mean, it's great when you get Aaron Jones and what's the other brother's name? Come on, it's
AJ Dillon.
AJ Dillon, thank you. Obviously, if you get the he's rolling, baby. I mean, you're good, baby. I mean, yeah, that sets up the play action. That sets up the passing for sure. The problem is when you run into a defense like the Minnesota Vikings week 1 with the run stop, and then you have no one to potentially throw to. Personally, I think you do kind of take a step back with Sammy Watkins going to IR. Also, on that note, how the fuck does Sammy Watkins go on IR? It's
a hamstring.
I know. Did he hurt his hamstring like Tuesday in practice or something? I mean, what?
It's a ham sandwich, but I do want to tell you something. We're gonna start this new little thing at the end of our shows, or at least somewhere every once in a while. We're gonna call this Facts Entirely. Since we're opinions mostly, we're gonna go facts entirely. And I believe, Joe, you actually came up with a fact earlier that you told me that I was pretty shocked at.
I gotta finish my bit here before you.
I thought you were leading right into it because you were talking about Sammy Watkins' injury.
Okay. I see you're getting.
I mean, you did it. I just put it together.
No, I gotta get my bit here.
You copied, I pasted. Jesus Christ.
You ready for this hot take, Nick?
Yeah, sure. Hot take.
Sunday.
That's not really a hot take, I don't think.
Their defense, I think their defense is better than their offense. Before it was their offense was better than their defense, but I think Tampa's defense, especially being home for sure.
Actually, you know what? That is a hot take, but also not going to happen. I don't see it happening.
You think Lazard's going to do 3 touchdowns with 370 yards?
Like I said, I think if we find a running game and we beat their defense, that's it.
Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, their run defense.
Tom Brady won't. Like you just listed off all of his injured wide receivers. He ain't going to beat our defense. Shit, we could throw second strings in there and beat his fucking.
I'm looking more at the defensive plays that could be made in the game, like fumbles, pick sixes.
No, bro. First of all, Aaron Rodgers doesn't throw pick sixes.
Like personally, I'm rooting for the Packers because I'd love for the NFC Championship for the Rams against the Packers and another blow up from the Packers. But yeah. Anyway, you're talking about your last bit here.
Now, I got one more thing now that you brought me on that. I told you. So tomorrow I'm going to be a little slow on the football stuff because I'm visiting family and stuff. I don't even know if I'm going to get to watch much of any games, but I'm going to church at 11 o'clock, which is when football starts here at this time zone. Look at my church outfit. Hola!
Take me to church.
It's a collared Green Bay Packer shirt. Don't think I'm showing up empty-handed. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you should also show up with a Coors Light in your back pocket, right?
I mean, I probably could. Anyways, yes, let's go to our segment, Facts Entirely. Joe, what facts do you have for us right now? Something we might not know.
Interesting thing. So, a couple weeks ago, it was before week 1 of the regular NFL season. It was that practice week between preseason week 3 going into week 1. I'm sure everyone heard about Dak Prescott maybe having cleat issues, and he had to sit out 2 to 3 plays so that he could change his cleats. And Ian Rappaport reported that he was questionable that week because he sat out a couple of plays. So allegedly, with this NFL injury report, if you sit out even one play for rest or doing a beer chug like Nick would do, or changing cleats or changing pads, if you sit out one play during practice, you're considered questionable on the injury report, which goes to ESPN, which goes to all of our fantasy sports leagues that day, whatever day it might have, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? That's why you always get these random injury updates on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Alan Lazard, like Nick, Alan Lazard went from questionable to healthy today. What a miraculous thing,
He just played every single down or every single practice.
He played every single down on practice. Yeah, exactly. It's just crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more affiliated with basketball, but I would never feel like if a basketball player had to change their shoes for 5 minutes between practice, they're all of a sudden listed as questionable for the game the next night.
Oh, damn. That's pretty crazy. I mean,
this came straight from Ian Rappaport too, Mr.
That explains why my fantasy football team is constantly changing. Oh god.
Hey ditto, right?
Yeah, let it be known. That's good to know. Thank you for giving us our first facts entirely. Jeez.
Facts only.
Facts only. Oh, whatever the hell it is. You guys, if you got a good name for it, send it over. We'll give you credit for it. Anyways, Joseph, what do you got to wrap this up? We got anything special going on? What do you think's going to happen tomorrow? Anything good?
We got week 3 of NFL football going on. It's going to be a lot of fun. Another huge week. I mean, we got Tampa Bay against Green Bay. For NFL game. Oh, the Sunday Night Football is going to be a lot of fun. Broncos against the Niners at Mile High with Jimmy G. George Kittle is considered healthy, so good game. And some Niners fans out here locally in Denver, they're like, "Oh yeah, Russell Wilson has owned the Niners the way that the Niners own the Rams." So, I mean, I'm curious if Denver Russ could own the standard Niners. So I mean,
we're gonna have to check the under on that game because that might be a good game to bet the under.
Real quick, let's stand by real quick, buddy.
Yeah, pull that up real fast. Russell Wilson has not been that impressive. Let me just say, I'm really disappointed. I also really like Russell Wilson. I saw his wife perform one time when I lived in San Francisco. Anyways, that's not why I like him. Russell Wilson, to me, should be way better than he is. And I think Denver may have screwed the pooch on this one. If he doesn't start playing better football. And he's supposed to throw farther. So what the hell? Anyways, you got it up yet? What do we got?
You have the line. The line is the Niners by 1.5.
Okay. Niners 1.5. Okay.
And let me see the over-under here. Sorry, I don't have it right now, but
That's all right.
8.5.
Let's say they give him like 42 points or something.
Yeah, but say I can see the winning team being. I see it as a low scoring game. If I'm being honest with you,
Yeah, me too.
I can see it like 24-10, 24-13, 24-15.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
see
I think so. The only problem I have with that, where like I get kind of scared, is I think the Broncos will win because they kind of have to. Like it's their their home game.
You want to talk about a must-win game for sure to
Yeah,
prove
like
they're a legitimate NFC, AFC West threat. Absolutely.
yeah, yeah, and the pressure on Russell Wilson is insane right now. If he doesn't pull this off, everyone's gonna laugh at him or like hate him. You know what I mean?
I don't know if you saw. I'm sure the rest of the people saw that Nathaniel Hackett hired Hackett. Thank you. He hired a senior executive to help with game day decision calls.
So remember where he came from?
What's that?
You remember where he came from?
Green Bay.
Yeah.
Where they didn't go
I mean,
fourth down and they kicked the field goal against Tampa.
I don't want to say there's a reason why he's gone. Everyone's like, oh, he's really good. Yeah, he's really good, but he has his weaknesses.
So what you want to say is he's good in his position as an offensive coordinator, but not leader and head coach.
He's exposing himself right now. That's what he's doing. That's what I think. And so here's the thing. It's really hard though to come into a place, like being completely fair, with a new quarterback, a new system of football. I mean, Russell Wilson's not really holding down his end of the bargain, and Russell Wilson's supposed to be a leader. Well, then make leadership calls against your head coach. Gosh, football is ridiculous sometimes. It's just politics. It's just terrible politics.
I would like to contribute a certain amount of percentage to rookie head coach mistakes. I think legitimate argument for sure.
Of course, I'm not blaming him.
How many weeks into the NFL can you say it's a rookie head coach mistake? So now we're in. What are we in? We're in week 3, right?
Yeah, I hope so. Jesus.
I mean, here's the thing. I think on this note, generally speaking, like worldwide, I think 5 to 6 weeks is where where any NFL team is. You know what I mean? Like, are they good? Are they bad? Are they mediocre? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're starting to really see their true colors for sure.
Personally, I think there is an argument that could be made with hashtag overreact week 1, 2, and 3. But, I mean, Daniel Hackins. I mean, it's
Nathaniel, but Hackett.
Daniel Hackins. Thank you. It is
Hackett.
It's growth on the job, so we'll see for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of growth on the job, I hosted that first episode or this third episode right here for the first time, and I don't know about you guys, but I think it went much better than the other way around. Anyways, vote for me. No, I'm just kidding.
Who is this guy?
Let's close this up because I'm on vacation and I'm ready to go. Love you guys. Thank you, Joe. Joe, you did fantastic. Next time I want to see that Rams Super Bowl plaque hanging up behind you.
Oh, for sure. We'll get that dialed in.
Okay. Make sure you guys email us any questions, concerns, better ideas. If you want to contribute something to opinionsmostlypodcast@gmail.com. Spelled exactly like it sounds. Keep in touch. Until then, enjoy football. We love you guys. Go America.